And Madison County wants the state's blessing to pass a proposed mask ordinance. It was a big topic today in Madison County. Our Kenesha Dees has the details.
We now have 5 children with COVID that are COVID positive that are in the hospital.
Huntsville Hospital CEO David Spiller says some children are only months old. He says another patient is 4 years old and currently seeking cancer treatment. Spiller stressing the importance of wearing masks.
I challenge people who resist wearing face coverings to think about this next time you resist wearing face coverings.
In addition to the spike in positive cases, Spiller says a lot more people are getting tested.
In the past 2 days, we've tested well over 1,000 people. By far the 2 busiest days.
This demand in testing and the number of hospital stays have caused quick tests to be limited to in-house patients, staff, and first responders.
Patients who are not in the category of testing in-house will not get their results back for up to 3 to 5 days.
Some people have reported waiting longer, even over a week. Starting Monday, they want people with symptoms to go to the flu and fever clinic at the hospital. John Hunt Park will also reopen on Monday for drive-through testing. It will be for people without symptoms. Mayor Tommy Battle also encouraging people to quarantine as they wait for test results. Battle also has been in contact with county health officials on mandating masks.
But we're also working with our Madison County Board of Health, and they are considering legislation that would require face coverings in public places.
He also proposed a discussion with the Big Ten mayors in other cities.
I think that's something that we can ask as a group, who is a combined group from across the state of Alabama, is ask the governor to reconsider this and to look at it.
As of now, Battle says there isn't a timeline, and how quickly a mask ordinance could happen is up in the air. Putting the Valley first, Kenesha Dees, WZDX News.